Hey everybody, this is Paul Carl from Paul Carl Digital, and today I'm going to do a little video. It's going to be the first in a series on creating a WordPress website using DigitalOcean and ServerPilot and WordPress. I'm using the Divi theme, and I'm going to be using one of the Divi pre-made layouts and customizing it for the Syracuse coworks. So I'm going to give you the full behind-the-scenes look at how I go about doing this. So first I'm going to sign into my DigitalOcean here. I'll be censoring a lot of the screen too, just because I don't want to give away all my domains and all my clients and whatnot. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go to networking, and I'm going to add a new domain. So I'm going to just call it Syrco paulcarlwebdev.com. So I have this domain, paulcarlwebdev, and I use this exclusively just to put like some subdomain on it so that I can create projects online, and then if my clients have to look at it or approve things, they can look at it. They can just go to the site and see what it's going to be like when it's live on their domain. So that's why I do that. So for the host name, I just add @ so that's that full name. I'm going to put it on my main server and create that record. Next thing I do is add a host name. So I put www, drop an @ there, create record, and now everything's all set on DigitalOcean side. I really like DigitalOcean. You can get a droplet for $5, and they have like the solid state drives and all that. $5 a month is what it is. I'll drop my affiliate link if you're interested in it. You get like $15 credit, so you get like 3 months free or whatever if you get a basic droplet. And yeah, so that's how I do that here. The next thing I do is I go into ServerPilot, and what I'm going to do is pick my server. So this is the one I do a lot of my testing on, and I'm going to add a new app. So I'll go ahead and create an app here. I'm going to call it Syrco. The domain is syrco.paulcarlwebdev.com. And I love ServerPilot because it makes it really easy. You can just you can create and deploy from, sorry. It's really hard to type and talk, I'm just realizing. So what this does is it allows me to essentially create different users. I'm going to use an existing one. I have a demo user. But it allows me to create all the websites I want on my droplet. I can create them and manage them independently with ServerPilot, and it allows you to have an FTP login for each app. So that way, like if you have multiple clients and multiple websites hosted on the same droplet, ServerPilot allows you to give each of those clients their own FTP login where they won't be able to access any of the other client accounts. But then they also have SSL built in, and you just click a button to enable it, and then it automatically does the redirect and everything, so you get your HTTPS with Let's Encrypt. So super cool service. But anyways, now that we did that, we can go to the site and we'll see a default WordPress installation here. Wonderful. And now I just log in with the credentials that I created for myself. Alright, so what I normally do is I have a plugin that does importing and exporting of WordPress configurations. So what I do normally is I'll install that plugin, and then I import my kind of boilerplate layout so I can start a website a little faster. But what I'm going to do is skip that and just do it from scratch so you can kind of see. So the first thing I'm going to do is delete these extra themes. And I'm going to add a new one. So this is that plugin I was talking about, but I also have the Divi theme. So I'm going to go ahead and install that now. And I also have a child theme made for it. So that's going to be the next installation. I think it's best practices to have a child theme for whatever theme you're working on in case you want to change something that you would normally change in the theme files. By doing it with a child theme, you can make edits to your theme without it breaking or undoing those edits when you update the theme. So that's why I always add the child theme as well. And I don't think that they let you download one by default, but I just created my own. So if anybody's interested in that, just shoot me a message or leave me a comment, and I'll make sure you get my little child theme zip here. I'll give you a look at it real quick. So if we go to the theme editor, yeah. So, like if I wanted to change the footer, actually I already changed the footer in here in the child theme. So let's see, where is it? Yeah, so this is an edit that I made to the footer theme, dropping this little bit of code here. This is for the copyright symbol, and then this PHP echo date Y, that just displays the current year, so that way I don't have to go and edit 100 different sites every year to update the year. It'll automatically do it. And then I just edit website name to be Syracuse Coworks. All right. So with Divi, you also get an API key, that allows you to do the updates. I just automatically update. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my API key from Elegant Themes. I forget what it is. So I always, that's another benefit of having my little pre-made thing, because I don't have to remember this every time. I have all my information, all my basic setup is already done. So I can just bring that in. Copy that. So now I can come here and update Divi. If you just download the theme straight from Elegant Themes, if you sign up for it, you'll have the most recent version, but I don't bother going in and re-downloading it every time new version's out, because like I said, my pre-made thing will just automatically do that for me. All I gotta do is just update it. All right, another plugin that I like to use by default, I delete these. I like the classic editor because I like to edit on the back end. But with the Divi builder, you can actually edit on the front end too. I just feel like it's a little bit faster for me. Maybe my computer just sucks, but I like to use the classic editor to do the back end editing. This is another like gem of a plugin, Search Meter. What this does is it tracks all the searches that people make on your site. So let's go visit the site. This is the default Divi theme, but if I search for Paul is cool, no results found. But when we go to Search Meter here, I can see how many times someone searched for Paul is cool. So whatever your site is, having this tool on here is very useful because you can see what people are trying to find on your site when they make a search. And it allows you to refine your content to answer questions that you see commonly coming up, or it can help you find ideas of content that you should create because people are looking for it and you might not have it yet. So I highly recommend that plugin. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close these out. My next step is to go to the existing website so I can start getting content and figuring out how I want the layout to be. But actually, before we do that, I'm going to add a new page. Just started raining. I'm going to call this the home page. Use Divi Builder. All right, cool. Alright, so it gives you these three options: clone an existing page, build from scratch, or choose a pre-made layout. I'm going to use a pre-made layout because they have one that I think would be really good. So these are all of them. They have 136 different packs. So these are like kind of themes within the theme. And let me see if I can find the one. Business consultant. This was the layout that I liked. And what you can do when you're picking out a layout is, if you want to go through them, you can view the live demo, and it takes you to something like this. So this is the one that I think we're going to use. And the reason I'm going for this one is because I like the homepage layout. So this will be like, get a free tour. This will highlight the different services that the cowork offers, different packages. We got the testimonials, which are really important. I don't know if this is a slider or not, but I could probably make it a slider if I need to, and then get in touch. There's another thing too, actually. The great thing about this is when I load it in, so let me load in the homepage. I'll let that go. But I like this homepage layout, it's just missing the pricing table. So what I can also do is create another page and load in this layout and save the pricing, the service packages block, and I can import that into the other page. So Divi makes it very, it's very efficient to make a website with Divi because of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and publish this. We can view that. I'm gonna add a new page too. So I'm gonna call this page About. And what I'm gonna do here is load in that page with the pricing table that I want to import, and I'm gonna show you how that works because it's super cool. And I don't know if the mic's picking this up, but it's really coming down out there right now. Alright, so the business consultant pack. I want the landing page, use this layout. Alright, so while that's loading, now we can see in like less than a minute, probably, I was able to bring in this entire layout from their demo. And now I have something to work with. Rather than trying to build this from scratch or design something from scratch, you can use their existing designs and just kind of tweak it. Which is what I'm best at, because I'm not much of a designer. If you saw my old website, you know that. Alright, is this done yet? Cool. So I guess I should probably talk about Divi here. So there's different types of elements you can add. I think they call them sections. So like this purple or blue, these are section modules, and the purple one means it's full width. The blue one's just a standard one. There's another type of section too that allows you to play with the rows a little bit. But this is a row. The gray is a row, and then you can also have. No, I'm sorry, I misspoke. The green is a row, and the gray are elements that you put under the rows. And you can have just a bunch of different ways you can structure your columns. And it's cool because it allows you, these settings buttons give you different options that you can click through. They have like a whole GUI to it, so you can kind of just click around. You don't have to play with code, but it also gives you the option to code different things. And you can control the design at different layers of what it actually looks like. But the coolest thing I think is, where's the pricing? Here we go. Here's the pricing tier. This is the pricing section. So what I can do is save this as what's called a global element. Actually, they changed it all on me in the last update. So let me see if it's, it might be in this. Yeah, there we go. Save section to library. So I'm going to make this a global element, and I'm going to call this the pricing table. So I'm going to save that to the library. And now it all turns green, meaning that whenever I edit something in green like this, it's going to update across every page that is using this element, which I'll demonstrate in a second. Oh, make sure you save when you do that. All right. So let's go back to the home page here. All right. So I want to keep these columns ahead of the pricing. I want the testimonials above it, but I want the pricing right before the contact form. Oh, the other thing you can do is like services, row, text divider, all those labels, they're called the admin labels. You can customize these to make it a little easier to navigate on the back end. And what you can also do is you can edit on the front end as well. So I'll show you that real quick. I might start editing on the front end actually too, because since they changed the back end, I don't like it as much and I'm not as familiar with it. So rather than learning the back end, it might be easier for me to just get used to this. So let's see. Add from library. Pricing table. There we go. What I'll probably, just to give this like a little distinction from down here, I might make this a different background color. But in the meantime, now we have the whole pricing thing here, which is perfect. And let me refresh this. What I kind of don't like is from the front end, it doesn't give you any indication that that's a global element. Anyway. Sorry, my poor computer is overworked. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to edit this text. It just says pricing and service packages. All right, that's fine. Let me edit the first pricing table actually. So currently you can see on the home page here that our basic package is $250 a month. Let's say this is a finished website and I want to update my pricing across the board. So what I can do here is just change it to whatever my price should be. In the case of Syracuse Coworks, $66 a month is our basic pricing. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. Save changes. And I'll update it here. Oops. All right, so now when I update it, you see it's $66 a month here. But if I go to the About page, which I loaded the landing page layout for, the service price package is also $66 here too. And that's the beauty of these global elements. They save you so much time. Because if you had this service package page, let's say you were running an AdWords account, or Google Ads, I'm sorry. If you were running Google Ads and you had, let's say, 10 different landing pages for different keywords that you're targeting, and you wanted to update the pricing, instead of having to go and change 10 pages individually, by using a global element like this in the Divi theme, you can actually upload or change all 10 of those pages with one edit. It's unbelievable. If you've done it the old way for a while with different themes where you don't have global elements, or if you use some other CMS and you have to change everything individually, the ability to do this saves, I don't know how many hours. I probably saved years of my life because of the global elements. But yeah, so that's kind of the basics. I wanted to show how to set up WordPress and ServerPilot and all that good stuff with this. So I hope this was helpful for that purpose. My next video, I'm actually just going to record while I'm working on the site, and I'll try to give some commentary to explain different things. But yeah, that will come out. Hopefully tomorrow I'll do that one. It's going to take a good chunk of time. I want to record like an hour-long block of some work, and if I can't dedicate an hour tomorrow, I'll just do a website review or something instead. But anyway, hopefully this was helpful. As always, you can ask me any questions, and I hope this was helpful.